Good morning, Year 6. It is Thursday and it is the 8th of October, and welcome to your fourth online reading comprehension. So, we're going to start off in the same way that we start off all of our reading comprehensions. We're going to do our retrieve, our infer, and then our predict. And your picture's quite nice today. Got this picture of the ducks, and one of the ducklings is climbing up on the curb. That could be your retrieve. A duckling is climbing up on the curb. It could be there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I count 9 ducks there. I'm sure we'll have a bit of a debate over that, but I count 9 ducklings. That could be your retrieve. Your infer, remember, is when you're taking some evidence that you can see and making an inference, making a decision about that evidence. For example, I might infer that the mother duck is up on the curve, which is why the ducklings are trying to get there. And for the prediction, I might say that it is, I think one of them is going to get lost. Because remember, a prediction is imagining it's like a story and telling me what would happen next. So can you write down your retrieve, your infer, and your predict? Today's book is called Understanding ASD, and it's by Holly Duhigg. Autism spectrum disorder describes a group of developmental disorders. It is now called a spectrum because people with ASD can experience a wide range of different symptoms and behaviours. This information book introduces readers to ASD with straightforward text that simplifies complex concepts into age-appropriate language. Full colour photographs and fact boxes highlight important information. This accessible book will be helpful for readers who have been diagnosed with ASD or who have loved ones with ASD. So this is a really important information book that we're going to read today so we can understand more about ASD. There's a couple of vocab words that we need to know before we start reading this book. They are communicating, traits, severe, contagious, dyslexia, interact, and stimulating. Can you please find the definitions of these words and write those definitions down before you begin reading the text? Once you've done that, you can pause the video and you can go and read Understanding Autism Spectrum Disorder, which I've attached to the Teams page. Okay, I'm going to assume that you've read that now, and we're going to do some of these guided questions together. So the first guided question says, what does ASD stand for? Now, if you've been reading the book carefully and looked at the title, hopefully that one will jump straight out for you. It's Autism Spectrum Disorder. 2A says, according to the text, what might someone do if they're experiencing sensory overload? So I would jump straight to the bit of the text where I know it was talking about sensory overloads. And if I look in that paragraph and on that page and skim and scan for information, I can see that someone might cry, or they might get angry. They might find it hard to calm down. 2B says, what might help to calm someone who is experiencing sensory overload? And this is at the bottom of the page in a little fact box on the same page that's talking about sensory overloads. And it says that maybe leaving them alone might help, but also providing them with noise cancelling headphones. And then number 3 says, give 2 examples of something someone might do when they are stimming. Now again, it's really good because this is a non-fiction text, so we can jump straight to the pages that are all about stimming. And we're given quite a few examples, so I'm going to just pick 2 of them. So you might flap your hands and you might flick your fingers. I'm wondering if you can find any more examples. Once you have done your retrieve, your infer and your predict from the picture, and you've clarified all that vocabulary, and make sure you've written it down as well, and you've completed these guided questions, then you can continue on to the independent questions. Remember to ask the teacher who's in your chat today if you're stuck and you need any help.